It's a big day on Instagram because I finally figured out that you can actually do a live video with a filter. So, oh my God. Also, I pressed play. Hi, Erin. Good morning. Oh my God. So, hey mom, I know that I scared some of you yesterday by having makeup on and having showered. So, I'm toning it down this morning, just out of bed. My hair still looks kind of good though. Yes, I'm very sparkly. I wish it would sparkle on Facebook too, but it looks like you can only do filters on Facebook if you're doing it live on your phone. And unfortunately, I can't do both of those things. So, sparkly for Instagram only. Good morning, Rachel. Hi, Zoe. Hey, Jean. Yeah, I didn't even put earrings on this morning. But today is a really, really special day because it is James's birthday, my man. So I actually asked him if he even gives a shit that I make a post about him with like, I usually make some post with like lots of emotions and thoughts and stuff. And like, do you like that? Like, does it matter to you? And he was like, no, it doesn't matter to me. And I was like, at first I was like, I'm going to get angry that you feel that way. But then I was like, no, those are your feelings. So I gave him a little shout out and he agreed that on my birthday, he's going to give me heartfelt words because that's actually what I want. So it's a perfect seg into this morning's topic, which is using your words and saying what you mean and asking for what you want, right? Ah, this session is going to help you so much with all of your relationships. Can't wait. Good morning, Susie. Hi, Sandy. Listen, you guys, I'm so super excited about tomorrow's women's circle. I cannot wait. There's 15 of us. That's a lot of ladies in a circle. So I hope you're bringing it tomorrow and ready to share all your things. I know we're a little out of practice with circle stuff, but I feel like you'll slide right in. So let's see if there's anything else I need to say before I start talking about the things. I think I'm going to light this same stick of incense I've been using. So yeah, how's everybody doing if your kids have started school this week virtually or not virtually? How you teachers doing? I know no teachers are watching this right now, but ooh, it's a lot of stuff, right? Hey, Erin. All right, let's start talking. So I wanted to talk about because we just had chats yesterday, it's my pajamas, about manifestation, right? And this actually will tie right into manifestation as well because everything really ties into manifestation. But this is about clarity of your words and asking for what you really want, right? We are so programmed, especially women, to be passive aggressive with our needs and desires. Some of us more than others. So, what does that mean? That means instead of saying, this is what I want, we send subtle or not so subtle jabs or hints or walk around the subject or don't say anything and just wait for people to fail on delivering the things that we need and we want. I know for me, and this is part of my unhealed Scorpio that I've been working on, is I expect others to intuit my needs. And if they don't intuit my needs, then I get really salty about it. On the flip side, I feel that me communicating my needs negates the need. So as you can see, I'm super fun to be in a relationship with, right? Well, I used to be. I'm much better now. But it's that concept of being blocked from saying what you actually mean and speaking what you actually want. And the first step to figuring out how to stop being like that is to actually figure out what you want, right? Do you know that movie, The Notebook? Do you guys ever watch that? Um, when we first started dating, James had it on DVD and he was always watching it. Like it was super interesting. But there's a scene in there where the guy is like in the rain, like yelling at the girl. He's like, "What do you want? What do you want? Just tell me what you want." And she's like, "I don't know." And that's kind of what this energy is. What do you want? Because if you don't know what you want, it's going to be really difficult to expect anybody else to know what you want and how to make you happy. So that's step one. Step one, figure out what you want. This is a big ask and many small asks because what do you want as like a whole human person? Woo, that's a lot. But what do you want to do today? What would make you happy? And exercise we do a lot in moon circle stuff, right? Is writing out your perfect day, right? And in your perfect day, you only do the things you want to do. You don't include doing things for other people. You don't include other people if you don't really want to see the other people. And it's just all the things that you would like to do without judgment on whether those things are productive or not, right? So in writing that, it's a really good way of figuring out the things that you truly want and truly enjoy. But I know a lot of you have an issue with this exercise because it's difficult for you to tap into what you actually want without running it through the needs of those around you first, right? That's really hard. Let me see comments here. Sandy says, I've always had the problem of feeling selfish when asking for what I want or need. Yes, 100%. This is a real thing, right? Now, if we feel selfish for asking what we want or what we need, especially when we're talking about to our loved ones and our family members, right? Anyone we're in relationship with, if you feel like it's selfish to ask for what you want or need, do you then also think it's selfish for those around you to do that? Do you think it's selfish for those people who are in relationship with you to have wants or needs that they would like met by you? Seriously ask yourself that because I'm going to guess that that's not how you look at it. In fact, if you're feeling like it's selfish to ask for what you want or need, you're likely thinking that it is correct that you are taking care of other people's needs, right? Like that's how you show your love. That's how you express your care. That's how you take care of your people. But guess what? People are supposed to take care of each other. There isn't supposed to be one person in the family who is taking care of everybody and receiving nothing. That's really imbalanced. But guess what? It's not your fault. We have been programmed to do just this because guess what it does? It takes you, and mostly women watching right now, it takes you and twists up your magic and makes it completely impossible for you to step outside of that loop, right? So you're basically busy taking care of everybody else's needs, thinking that your needs are not as important as those of the whole, and that your role here is to be supporting everybody and giving all of your energy to them. What that does is strips away your sovereignty, it strips away your identity, it strips away your self-worth. It puts all of those things into other people. And they probably are feeling great because they're basically being fed by your magic and energy, right? But it's not really a true service because you're not allowing them to learn how to use their own internal magic to fuel their own lives, right? We have more comments. Rachel says, I'm starting to know and ask for what I want. That's amazing. Jean says, when you suppress your true feelings and needs, they don't disappear or go away, they transform into something else. Exactly. And that's where this heads into next. This is just like boundaries. You know how we say boundaries are so important, boundaries save lives. And I always tell you guys, just because you don't state your boundaries doesn't mean that you don't have them. In fact, we all have boundaries, whether we state them or not. And the same thing is with our needs, our desires, our feelings. We all have them. So years and years and years of suppressing what you actually need will manifest in many different ways: anxiety, depression, weight gain or weight loss, hypertension. What was the other one that was coming up with? I don't know, my brain just like literally flatlined. But lots of physical manifestations of all of this stuck energy and angst and anger and frustration inside of your body that is manifesting as disease, right? This happens to so many people every single day, right? When you do not express, things become stuck inside of you. And on the other side of that, it is not fair to expect people to intuit your needs without you speaking them. It does not erase your need to say your need. So, in a small example, right, if I am feeling frustrated that, my husband doesn't intuit that I would like him to spend a little time with me in the morning and drink coffee, right? I've been frustrated. This is a made up example, but I've been frustrated for years and years and years because he doesn't take a minute and sit down with me and drink coffee, even though I make a whole process about making the coffee and then I sit down. But I never tell him, I would like for you to take a few minutes in the morning and sit down with me and drink this coffee. So he has no freaking idea, right? But I am resentful of this for years and years and years. All of this could be a non-issue if I just said what I actually needed. When you say what you actually need to a person, they can then make a decision on whether or not that is something that they can do for you, right? Boom. Hey, can you wake up and drink coffee with me in the morning for a few minutes? That would make me feel really great. Sure, why the fuck not? Done. It is so simple and so hard, though, to just say the things, right? Let's see what else we have here in comments. Tony says, that's been one of the hardest lessons to learn in quarantine. The isolation has forced that lesson for me. I think that quarantine has really forced a lot of lessons for us, speeding us through all of our paces, so to speak. But that's really what I want to talk about today, is being honest about your needs and then speaking them, and retraining your brain to say, to know that it's okay to say those things. Sandy says, what if he said no? This is about the coffee. Listen, think about what would happen through all the years that I've not said anything, right? I've been angry, resentful, who knows, I probably bitched to my girlfriends about it, like, because I bet their husbands sit down and drink coffee with them, and like, whatever, it's become this whole thing. If I said to him, hey, will you drink coffee with me in the morning for 5 minutes? That would make me feel really happy. And he said, no, I can't do that. That would disappoint me. But is it as bad as me being silently and secretly angry for years off of nothing, off of me wanting him to intuit what I want, right? This is how we get to know each other in a relationship, right? If he said no, I would say, oh, okay, what's the reason? Maybe he has a reason. Maybe in the morning, that's not what he wants to do. Maybe he needs to move in the morning, and that makes him feel good. So maybe we can have a compromise where we have a time at some part of the day where we connect, because at the end of the day, isn't that what I'm asking for? I'm asking for a few moments of connection. It doesn't have to necessarily happen my way, right? But it opens a conversation. It opens a conversation which leads to connection, not disconnection by not having the conversation. So don't let your fear of no stop you from saying things. Like, what does that even mean, right? If you're just afraid all the time of people saying no, you're living in a constant state of this like vibrating dissonance, right? Because yes is a place, no is a place that you can then decide where to go from there. But this in between, this like vibrating dissonance in between, is not a place to live. That will give you anxiety, anger, frustration, and all kinds of other very low vibrational energies that will not assist you in moving through your life with joy, right? So you can choose to stay in here because you're afraid of hearing a no, Or you can just kind of stick your neck out there and say, hey, this is what I want. Do you think you can do it? And if not, let's talk about it and see what compromises we can get to. So I hope that helps, because it moves into your ability to truly manifest. Because, like we said yesterday, if you don't know what you want and you can't clearly state it, how can you possibly expect the universe to deliver anything to you that makes any sense, right? And I know I've been talking a lot about manifestation lately, but it's because it's so important. It's so important that we get off of this autopilot of manifest. It's so important that we understand that we are actively creating the world as we manifest now. And so we don't want to be on that autopilot anymore. We want to take control. And the thing is, the things that make you feel happy and make you have joy are not silly, and they're not small things. These are the things that are the small bricks that are going to build a new world based off of all of the magical things that make all of you guys happy, right? There's alignment in that. And we are seeking alignment within ourselves. We're seeking alignment between our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions. That is when you feel really freaking good. And I think I can say that I have moments of this, right? And that's okay. Like, we can't live in this like everything perfect all the time kind of place. That's not a thing. Everything's moving, everything's cyclical. But if you can feel that every so often, that state of full alignment between your thoughts, between your feelings and your expression and your actions, that will give you that momentum to keep you going, right? Because when the things you do are aligned with the things you really want and the things you talk about and the things you feel inside, you've reached the top of the summit. And it doesn't even matter where you are. There is nothing better than that, regardless of any other situations, because you are your own temple here. You are your own summit here. There is nothing outside of you that is bigger than you. You're the big thing. So as you create this alignment within yourself, you allow that to be echoed out around you and create alignment in your universe, in your little mini-verse, which then trickles out into a bigger thing, right? So Jean says, need to have conscious awareness of how we play a role in co-creating. And Erin says, Gottman calls these bids for, wait, I'm not sure. What does Gottman call these bids for attention and affection means? Turning to your partner. You'll have to explain that one, because I think I'm reading it wrong. But anyway, it's so important right now, because as we move into September, and we'll talk more about this on Monday for the September update, it's rapid fast now. You've got to get yourself in alignment. You've got to get the things you say and the things you do and the things you feel and the things you think all need to be like playing with each other and being nice to each other and saying like, yeah, you go girl, you're so awesome, because this is creating so much so fast. And the more joy you can create in your life, the more joy we are going to see out there. We don't need to ignore things that are uncomfortable or things that are ugly or anything like that. We also don't need to live in places that drain our energy and make us feel less than. You don't need to do that. We're not here to pay penance for anything. And that's something that a lot of us are really actively working on breaking free from. That idea that we came here to pay for something, right? We talked about this when PME was talking about karma, and how karma is just another way of getting you into that loop of, what is that word? That loop of, my brain is just not working this morning, but atonement, a loop of atonement, right? It's like you came into this life, you did some things in your past life that made all of this manifest, and now you've got to fix it. You've got to atone for all the bad things you did last time. Whoa, people, right? That's a lot. And that's not dissimilar to any other religious construct that tells you that you're a sinner and you need to pay for that sin in order to get to heaven. That is the biggest, biggest cycle loop that feeds our energy into something else other than ourselves. We came here to be humans on earth. We did not come here to get to heaven. We came from the heavens. We're here to do earth things. This is where we are and where we decided to come to do these things. So this is where we need to put our energy into and our conscious manifestation into to turn this place into the heaven. That is literally heaven on earth. We are creating this. We just forgot for a few centuries, millennia, but we are remembering now. So all of the guilt that you feel inside yourself for your own happiness, for feeling like you want to be worthy, for speaking your truth, for using your voice, all of that stuff, that's old programming, and you are allowed to release it. Every day that you loosen it up a little bit, shake it up and start moving it out, that's good work. So don't expect to just like wake up one day and like I'm going to do this right now and it'll be done. That's okay. You don't have to do it that way. Every little bit is counting. Every little move in that direction of understanding and being in alignment with your true self and knowing there's nothing to be guilty about for wanting to be happy, all good things. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that on this Thursday because we are rolling into, it is Thursday, we are rolling into the last weekend of August and it's about to be September. And there's a lot of updates coming, a lot of upgrades coming, and I think this weekend is going to be kind of a big one. So we'll do weekend energy update tomorrow. But for now, I want you to roll through your day and really think about your voice. Think about the words you're saying. Think about the actions you're taking. Think about the feels you have. How many of those are in alignment with each other, right? Just take note. You don't have to do anything differently. Just notice it, right? And notice how it feels when most of those things are in alignment. How does it make you feel? Okay? I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Super excited to see some of you guys tomorrow. And just as a reminder, I will be closing the Intuition 6-week workshop registration next week on Monday. So if you are interested, you are welcome to reach out, learn more about it, or register on my website. I love you. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Oh my God, I just almost tried to touch screen my computer.